walk you through what we're doing. The first thing I'm gonna do is apply some Whisper Light Flexible Bond, the black one that looks like a mascara wand, through my lashes, a bit like a light coat of mascara. And you definitely don't want to apply too much of this. Just make sure that they're all coated. Now some people go in and separate the lashes. I don't do that. Okay, so we have the black Whisper Light, and then I go in with the white, and with that I just dot underneath the lashes a little bit. And now we're gonna wait for that to dry. So you will see that at first it's white, and then when it dries clear, and that's what you want, and that means that it has gotten tacky, so you're ready to apply the lashes. So while that gets a little bit dry, I just leave it for a few minutes while I prepare the lashes. I have all my lashes currently in this container. And then I have also another container because I'm still a newbie, so I'm still kind of trying stuff out. Then I'm gonna use a Stardust, which is this one, which has different length fibers, as you can see. So this looks very kind of messy. And this is in the color Chocolate. I'm also going to use this one, which is a Fluffy in Truffle, which has a mixture of chocolate and black fibers, and it has a sort of 3D effect. So if you see it on the side, the fibers are not all exactly in the same plane. So again, a tiny bit messy, and it has a really good curl, this one. Then I'm going to use a Fluffy in 10 in Chocolate. Now, for some reason, these ones that they sent me are way more curled. You can see it right away. So this Fluffy in Chocolate is way more curled than the one that I just showed you that was supposed to be the same lash in Truffle, which is just a bit darker. But I really like this brown because against my skin and, you know, with my blonde hair, it looks really natural, and they're all quite short, as you can see. So I'm gonna use one of those. I'm gonna use this one, which is the infamous Plushy Tame. Called it Tame because the curvature, the curl is not so dramatic as the original one. And this has a mixture of black and chocolate fibers. So I'm gonna use this one. And then for the inner corner, I'm actually going to open a new one that I have. So this is how they come. This is the Plushy Tame 8, and you can see over there the color and everything. This is the Plushy Tame 8, so I'm gonna put it in the inner corner, this one. Again, a mixture of brown and black fibers, and you can see that this one is kind of wispy, which I don't like all the way, and the reason it's called Tame is because it has this curl which is quite relaxed. It's not like a super dramatic curl. And I don't like this one everywhere because I don't really like this kind of wispy, half balding look, but I like it in some places. So what I do is I combine a lot of them, and then you get a really natural, cool effect. So I'm gonna put this one here. So I leave a few lashes out, and then I place it right over there, which is not too close to my waterline. And it just grabs onto your own lashes. So that was the Plushy Tame in Truffle. Then after that one, I'm gonna go and grab a Stardust in Chocolate. Remember, this was the Stardust in Chocolate. I love the Stardust so much. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. I even left a bit of space, which is not ideal. But you can see that they're not on my waterline. You have to leave 1 to 2 millimeters between your waterline and the lash, and that will make it more comfortable, and also it will last longer. I really wanna put on one of these super curly ones that I have, which I don't even know if this is like what this is, because they're so curly. I don't know why they're so curly. These are fluffies, but I don't think the curl is supposed to be so dramatic, but for some reason in this batch it is. And I just wash these with water and soap, whatever soap I'm using on my face. Alright, so let's go. This is really hard to apply because of the curl. So they're supposed to grab, but these, as you can see, I have to kind of shape them. And they got a lot closer to the waterline, which I don't like. Okay, I think they're on. Not too bad. And now for the inner corner, I really want to try, because I've been using, for the past week, I'll show you, I've been using these ones, which are the new C+, which are super natural. They're only available in black. You have to be careful with the inner corners because you don't have a lot of lashes there naturally, and everything looks, it's just hard to grab onto it. So I am going to try these ones, which are the Plushy Tame number 8. So they're fuller than the ones I showed you previously, the C+. And I'm just gonna see if I can give you a good angle. There is kind of doing her own thing. That's fine, I can live with that. Listen, if you don't like it, you can always take it out. So let's do it together. You literally grab it and get it out. You know, it's because my own lashes are clumping. Let's try again. So my own lashes are so clumpy right now. I think I have to put it closer to the other. Better. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna put any more because this looks fine. So as you can see, I've tried to leave a space between my waterline and these lashes. And now let's do the same thing on the other eye. Started with this one. You can see that I have more natural lashes on the other eye, which makes everything easier. That's the outer corner one. I actually put it way on the outer corner. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Let me readjust that. Because the thing is, if you grab the last few lashes of your own eye, then when you sleep, for example, if you're sleeping with them, which I sometimes do, or just throughout the day, they will bother you. So see, this is better. I left a few lashes out. Make sure that it's not too close. It's just really freaking hard to put on. Okay, I managed to leave a lot of space in this one, which I like. Once I clamp them together, it will look good. And I guess I'm only doing 4 lashes, right? So let's do the inner corner. Now I have a trick. If you need a little bit more, but not quite a full other lash. Whoops. You can't even talk next to these lashes. They're so light. You would blow them away. So see, that just stuck there so easily. And in the video you can really see the transition between my own and the lash, but actually in real life it's not so obvious. I prefer to stop there, because what I could do, I have little bits of other Stardust lashes that kind of broke off, like this. This is how it would look. I don't really want to leave it on, I don't think. Because also it's black, so it kind of stands out. let's remove that. And now we can clamp it all together. This is what's really going to set them. So until you do this step, you can readjust, reapply, take them off, put them on again, and then you do this and they're on. So I usually like to start, I do it like a reverse, like that, and I just press for a few seconds. Now I gotta be really careful with the fluffy one. So the fluffy one was fine, and this took a few tries to get comfortable with this. Okay, so now they're set, and now I do a full kind of fuse. And now I'll show you what I do. So I'm still not gonna wear any makeup, but I'm just gonna show you how it looks with some mascara. You know what it is? Okay, I know what's happening. You do see a bit of a break because I had never tried a Plushy Tame in the inner corner. And guess what? The Plushy Tame has such a strong spine that you can really see it. It's like eyeliner. Whereas if you used one of the lighter ones that have a lighter spine, you don't see it as much. So I don't really recommend doing this. What I like about these lashes is that you don't wear makeup. But if you wanted to, you can draw a line with eyeliner there. It's just I'm not sure I want to do it because I'm not going to be able to take it off later. I'm not going to do it. If you wanted to, I would recommend this. A really fine eyeliner. This is the Hourglass 1.5mm mechanical gel in obsidian. So this doesn't move, doesn't smudge. You draw a little black line there and it would look perfect. I'm not gonna do it, I don't care. Put some mascara in the lower lashes. And specifically the mascara that I put on my lower lashes is this one, which is Blink. You see it looks a lot more balanced. So this is the Blink tubing mascara, and it's the only one I use now in the lower lashes because it doesn't smudge at all, and it also comes out completely with warm water. So what I do, if I'm leaving these Lashify lashes on, which I have been leaving them on for 2 nights, usually 1 night, sometimes 2 nights, which is 3 days. Then with a Q-tip and micellar water, you clean up around the lashes, but you don't wet the lashes at all. Because the flexible bond that you applied, it's actually kind of just like a gel that sticks on. It's like imagine it like a latex. So it's good for the lashes, it conditions them. It remains flexible, which is why it's called flexible bond. The problem with it is just not very harsh. It doesn't dry completely, it doesn't harden, that's what they say. Which is great, because that's good for your lashes. It allows your natural lashes to grow normally, if you have applied them properly. But the problem with that is that it's just kind of easy to take off, even with normal cleanser and water. So you want to be super careful. Don't splash your face, don't wet your face. I understand, it's like, it's a commitment, it's a different habits that you need to get used to. But if you want to keep your lashes on, then that's what you have to do. Don't wet the lashes. With a Q-tip carefully wash around the lashes. Try not to wear any eye makeup very close to the lashes. Like eyeliner right inside the lashes would be a problem. If you put it on top, it's not a problem because the lashes are actually on the bottom, as you can see. So I have put eyeliner on top sometimes. But if I go now with my eyeliner and I go in between my lashes, which is what I would have to do if I was like filming or something, or wanting this to look perfect, then you have to be mindful. It's gonna be really hard to take that off without disturbing your eyelashes. Anyway, I hope this was instructional. So let me tell you what I do when I take them off. So when I take them off, honestly, first I just wash my face with regular cleanser and very, very softly, you know, wash your lashes as you would wash your lashes if you were wearing mascara. Most of the lashes I find will come off just like that. But then I do go with a waterproof by Face, you know, the oily makeup removers. Oil basically removes the bond. So if you use an oily cleanser, preferably use a strong one, because then you make sure that it's all coming off. So I like to make sure that my lashes remain completely clean. So I use that and I clean them, take the lashes off my face, and then carefully with my fingers I just pull out the remaining bond. And I also use a spoolie to brush the lashes that I just took off to get out the remaining bond. Usually the bond comes out of my lashes very easily, and as you can see, I don't use that much bond. I think people who are looking for more longevity, they have all these systems, like it's a new vocabulary, it's a new language, the Lashify thing, because I'm in the Facebook group and you don't know what they're talking about most of the time until you learn. And they use a different bond called bondage, which is stronger. So there's different kinds of, or you apply the bond first to your lashes and then also to the spine of the lashes. I like to apply it to my lashes. I just find it simpler and the removal is simpler, and I get all the longevity I want, because anyway, if I'm gonna wash my hair, for example, I'm not gonna put on goggles to keep the lashes on. And also your eyes kind of wanna breathe a little bit. And you can't sleep completely normally. Like recently, I've started to sleep with them on, and I'm kind of waking up through the night mindful of where I'm placing my eye, because I sleep with my eye on my pillow. So you have to have your eye kind of on the edge of the pillow. So it's a commitment. It's a thing that you have on, but it is really beautiful, and I absolutely love them. And with no other makeup, you just feel. Don't mind the fact that those are ending right there. That was because I've tried a new one, which I shouldn't have. But if you do it properly, if you use... I'll show you actually. And you could put them right there. I think it's dried too much, so now it's not gonna hold. Also, I just don't really have natural lashes there, but you can play around. I will try to put in a video of me with my hair down and makeup done. What's really good is the cartridges come with a sticker on the other side, and you can peel the sticker and put it in the container of your choice where you're keeping your lashes. So honestly guys, I just want to show you, I have so many lashes because I have been wanting to try so many styles, and honestly, you just cannot know what to expect until you have them, which is a problem, but it's also fun. But let me recommend you a few things. So I think in a way you want it to be natural. However, natural doesn't always mean the ones that they call natural. Like for me, the Stardust, which is the one with different messy, different size fibers, those are some of the most natural for me. So I recommend, if you're looking for natural, Stardust is really natural. You want to go up a size because the fibers are so different. They're really not super long, but don't go too long. At least don't start so long, because often if you go for the like sparse but long, it just looks weird. It's like, imagine if you have sparse but long hair. That's not what you want. You want fullness. So here's what I recommend if you're starting out. This is the control kit. The control kit is basically a kit that gives you everything you need to apply your lashes. It has some things that I don't use, like the glass. The glass is a sort of coating that you would use right at the end of the application, which is meant to make your lashes waterproof. But in my opinion, it just makes everything a bit more rigid, and like it's an extra layer that I don't need, and a bit more heavy, you know? So I prefer not to use that. But what you definitely need to get is this tool, which is the wand, the fuse wand, and you need to get some wandums to cover that wand, because these are what you're gonna use when you're fusing. To apply the lashes, I like it without any protection, but to actually fuse these, it just makes it so much easier and better because they're cushiony, so they kind of protect, and at the same time they have a larger surface area. So I just feel like the wandoms with the wand work really well to clamp the lashes and fuse and activate the bond. These are the two different color bonds. It's the same bond, but it's just a different way of applying and a different color. So there's a black one that's like a mascara wand, and then the white one is like a felt tip. So it's better for pointing, or if you're gonna put it on the spines of the actual lashes. So it's nice to have both of them, and also both of the different colors in one place. And then it comes with 2 lashes, and each one of these cartridges, they have a lot of lashes actually. They have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they might have 12. And considering that you only use 4 on each eye, or at least I only use 4 on each eye, that's a lot of lash. So anyway, if you get the control kit, you will get all of these things, of which at least you need these 2, and then you need some lashes. I would recommend that you get at least 2 kinds of lashes. One for the inner corner, because you're definitely gonna need something for the inner corner that's not as long as thick as the outer corner one. You can even have 2 inner ones that are shorter, but the outer one, I like it to be longer, or like maybe not the outer one, but the one next to the outer one. I think that's the one for a cat eye look that I like the longest. You can play with different looks, but me personally, I like to have at least 1 or 2 longer ones, and then 1 or 2 shorter ones. So you can play around with those. If you're starting out and you don't have very black hair, I do recommend you get truffle or chocolate. Chocolate is lighter. Truffle is the mix of black and truffle, or black and chocolate, sorry. So which lashes do I recommend? Let's see. I mean, I've shown you the few that I am wearing, so I definitely recommend those. I really like the Stardust that I showed you, that has like 1 longer bit and then 2 wispy bits. I really like the Stardust in 12. I find it a good size. 14 is the one that I'm wearing, which is a tiny bit longer, so that's good for the longer ones. If you're only wearing Stardusts, actually that would be a really good recommendation. You would order maybe 12s and 14, or if you want to go shorter, which honestly is what I would probably do, 10 and 12. That would be a good starting point. So Stardusts in chocolate, 10 and 12. You could also go for a core one. The core ones are the basic essential wardrobe that they offer, and I think the more versatile one perhaps is curl. So you would get a curl number 10. That's what I would get. Curl number 10 for the inner corners, maximum 12, but I think we're getting into territory where it might be a bit weird, especially if you don't have much practice. So you can get the curl in 10, and then whichever other one you want. Maybe a Plushy, which are one of the ones I'm wearing, which are really popular. Plushy Tame, which has a bit less curl. Just honestly peruse the website, read everything, watch the videos, tutorials where they're putting the lashes on. There's so much information out there, and it's really fun to watch. So if you're interested in this system, just watch everything, and then you will find out what you like naturally. But go a bit shorter than you think, because people start going into 14, 16, 18, and it just looks bizarre and clownish. So, you know, it just depends on the look you're going for, I guess. But I like a natural lash look, and I have small lashes and not a lot of hair, so I need a bit shorter. So take that into consideration. And also I have hooded eyes. Let me show you. I have, as you can see, very hooded eyes, and that's gonna make a big difference when you're selecting your lashes, because with hooded eyes, super long, all one length lashes is gonna look weird. But anyway, the curl, I feel you can't go wrong if you get the curl lashes, which are part of their essential range. You can get the smaller ones for the inner corner and the maybe 12, even 14 if you want to go really long for the outer corner. But if you go long, I prefer the more wispy ones like the Stardust. And if you want the wispy look but more glamorous, so more of it, then you can go to the Starburst, which is literally like the Stardust that I'm wearing, the ones that are a bit wispy, but the fibers are thicker, so you'll see them more. And those were actually the first ones that I bought after I bought the control kits, and I loved them, and everybody loved them on me because they're wispy but they're dramatic. I actually still love those. They're not as natural, they're not as much as of an everyday lash for me. So for an everyday lash, I kind of prefer the Stardusts. They're a bit finer. I don't know, I just really like the fluffiness of them. They're very, very fine. They're more fragile too. What I did order with my first control kit, which I'm still struggling and forcing myself to use, I ordered the Amplify, and I'll show you the Amplify. So a lot of people recommend the Amplify, including the website, when you first order lashes. Now, these are the Amplify. The problem with the Amplify, as you can see, they're kind of sparse. So you could say they're natural, or you can say they're just too sparse. Because for me, if I'm gonna wear lashes and I'm not gonna wear mascara, I already have blonde lashes. I don't wanna see my blonde lashes through, it's just, I wanna make sure that I have enough lashes to kind of cover me. And with these, I don't feel that way. I just feel like they look a bit stringy. And I ordered, I think, 12 and 14s. Did I? No. I ordered 10 and 12s. And even with 10 and 12s, they were so long. It just looked like I had stringy hairs poking out of my eyes. It was not a good look. They just don't work for me. So take into consideration, this will work for some people, but not for everyone like they claim. Because they really claim, if you don't know what to get, just get the Amplify and you'll be fine with the Amplify. That's absolutely not true. The Amplify can be very annoying looking. And I'm trying to use them, just maybe putting one amongst other 4. But even then, I just feel like wherever I put one, it just looks like I have holes in my lashes and it just doesn't look good. I prefer more of a thickness near the spine. So just something to take into consideration. All of their basic core lashes have this spine, which is a bit different, less flat. These are the Starburst. So you can see that the fibers are thicker and they're just really beautiful, glamorous looking lashes. I love the Starburst. It's more, for me, it's just more dramatic. So you see them more. Also, these are black. They're very beautiful glossy lashes. So these are some of my favorite ones. But for every day, I've kind of turned into the Stardust. These are the Stardust 14 in chocolate, which are one of the ones I'm wearing. And they're exactly like the Starburst that I just showed you, but thinner fibers. So you can see they're just really flirty, lovely lashes. So one other tip, since we're here and it seems like we're doing a full-on Lashify infomercial, I don't see any point in keeping the cartridges, because after you take the lashes out, and I do recommend you take the lashes out and put them into your own containers, it's just so much easier. And when you're doing your lashes, I like to kind of take a few out and see how I'm feeling, and if one doesn't work, I can always replace it with another one. Trying to put the lashes inside the container afterwards is a project. Like you have to open this container with some tool, and then you have to place them one by one. Every breath you take, they will fly away, and there's just no point to get them to stay when you can just plunge them all into containers, and you can see them better because you can see the spine, so you actually see what they look like, and it's better in every way. These are the Fluffy in chocolate, which you can see they're the ones that they gave me with this super extreme curl. I swear these must be the wrong lashes, because the Fluffies are not meant to have this curl. There's another Fluffy called the Fluffy FX, which has a curl like this on the website. So I'm pretty sure that they gave me the wrong lash. They gave me a Fluffy FX. I don't know. The Fluffies are great. So if you get a good batch and they don't have this crazy curl, I really recommend them. Each fiber has a different curl, and I really like that look. And these are the length 10. So I usually will get the length 10 for all of them except the Stardust, Starburst, because they have the completely different length fibers, and a lot of them are really short, so you want to go one length larger than you would normally. So here on the right, these are the Plushy Tame, of which I am wearing one. So they're this wispy lash, which I don't like all the way through, but one of them is fine. And then these are another one of the Essential Wardrobe style. These are the curl. So these are the ones that I was recommending if you want to start with something. These are tiny because these are the 8. But these are a nice lash. As you can see, they're also kind of sparse. But if you want something sparse, I would go for this one instead of the Amplify. The curl seems to be more of a... I wish I had longer ones to show you. It seems to be more of an all-rounder, because at least they have more curl. Now, these are my Fluffy 10 in black. You can see they're completely different to the others. They don't have that crazy curl. They're really nice. They have all these 3D curl, but not like the crazy steep curl. So I really like the Fluffy a lot. They're dense, but they're just fluffy. And here I have pieces that have broken down from Stardusts. Because the thing with Stardusts, they're kind of fragile, and I reuse my lashes, all of them. So these are all lashes that have been reused. Also, I'm remembering now, when I first got the cartridge and the Stardusts were in it, this is why I hate the cartridge. I mean, it looks cool, but it's unpractical. So the Stardusts, these Stardusts, were inside the cartridge, and just trying to get them out of the cartridge, I ruined them. I broke them all in pieces. Almost all. The others I broke while getting them off. Like, literally just by handling them, they break because they're just kind of fragile. So you have to be really careful because the fibers are really, some of them are really short, and also they're really fine. So you have to be extra careful. So what they recommend to get them out of the cartridge, which I would recommend, is actually try to open the cartridge. And the way they do it, so if you get a lash like that one that's super fragile, the way they open the cartridge is you take one out, however you can, good luck, and then you use this tool, or I guess you could use any tool, but something sharp and pointy. You get in there and you pry it open. That's what you want to do if you get a super fragile lash or super short one where you can't really grab it, because with the super short ones, let's see if I have any here. Yeah, so these are the C8s that I showed you, that are the super tiny natural ones. You can barely see where the lash is. There is like, you can't grab that with your fingers. Since we're here, I have a few more things. I think this bag came with something else. Maybe it came with this, not sure. But so the violet ones I bought independently. all silicone, so you can use them, reuse them. And these ones are the official Lashify ones, which I love. They work even better, so I'm saving them. The problem with these ones is that this stick part is paper, so you can't get it wet, it will come undone. The tip is silicone, so the tip is completely reusable. Anyway, they give you a bunch, not just these ones. They give you a lot more when you buy them, and I don't think the prices are exorbitant. And I also have this, which I have used before. This is a comb, it's just a lash comb, but I liked it and I thought it's kind of useful. Usually I brush my lashes before I get the bond in them, just to make sure that they're dry and separate. You can also use this to separate them after you put the bond in them. But honestly, I don't know how people do it, because it's a bit like when you apply mascara. After you put the bond in them, they are so sticky and so kind of tacky, like immediately on me. I can't brush them through. But anyway, from what I've shown you just now, I would definitely recommend some Spoolies mascara. You need to get the two Gossamers anyway. You need to get the wand and you need to get some of this. And I do recommend getting the double-sided one, and then you try both the different tips and the different colors. They're the same formula, just to reiterate that, because a lot of people don't realize. The Whisper Light is one formula. It comes in white, clear, and black. The white dries clear, the black dries black, and they both can be used with either a comb or a tip. In this case, the white comes with a felt tip and the black comes with a comb, but they're the same formula. So you can mix them, but by mixing them, basically you're just applying a little bit more. Now, I have tried to apply just the comb mascara wand black, and that works as well, but I feel like by putting a little bit more, it works a little bit better. So if I want to be safe, I just put both of them. And because this bond feels so cushiony, so flexible, it really doesn't feel damaging on the lashes at all, because it doesn't dry. So I think anything that doesn't harden, it's the same with mascaras. You know how mascaras, the ones that remain flexible, just feel so much better for so much longer? Whereas the cheaper ones, or the ones that really harden, like I remember there's a really good one, I think it's Lancome Hypnose. It's really famous, but it hardens a lot, and I hate that. That's kind of bad and drying for your lashes. So this stuff is good, and that's why also you can leave it on as much as it keeps on. So anyway, I think we're gonna end here. This has turned into an extremely lengthy video. So I just want to show you what I look like with my hair down and a little bit of makeup. I just have some foundation on, a tiny bit of blush, lipstick, and I did a tiny bit my brows, and the pimple cream is staying on because I'm working at home today and I need this pimple to go away.